if you're just getting started out as an entrepreneur and you want to make sure that you pick a profitable niche for your business, I'm going to show you how to right now. Obviously, the goal that we all have is to pick a niche, pick something that we are passionate about that will make us a lot of money. The reality of it is, though, oftentimes the thing that you're passionate about is not going to be the thing that earns you a ton of money. Very rarely do we see people who are Mr. Beast and are passionate about YouTube. Making YouTube videos earns them a lot of money. That doesn't happen very often. Trying to monetize something that you're passionate about is typically going to be something that you are creating from nothing. It's going to be something that you are starting from zero and making something really exciting. Whereas people constantly, if you look around in this room, even just here in this frame, there are multiple businesses just within this frame. Even that I'm looking at. On Amazon, I bought the tripod. Apple makes incredible phones. There's also a case that I bought at the kiosk at the mall. Somebody makes this hat. Somebody designs the hat. Somebody manufactures and designs the molds and the light fixtures and everything that you see here. Somebody, DJI, manufactures incredible microphones. They also have a different brand, I'm sure, that they buy the packaging from. School is a different business. This is a whiteboard business. You need erasers, you need markers. These are all different businesses. There's lights here. I have lights that I have around my room. This is a different light business. Stickers, sticker business. And have books, book business, right? So we all have different businesses surrounding us that people are already paying for. People are already buying hats and lights and tripods and phones. People are already buying things. You're making it more difficult for yourself. You're Sisyphus pushing up this rock up a hill, trying to figure out something new that people need to pay for, when you could just have something your own way people are already paying for. So, a reframe there goes from the passion to what people are already paying for. Instead of trying to create a new thing, instead of trying to have new equals passion, right? This is when you're passionate about something and you want it to be profitable, it ends up being a new thing. Whereas if you want to just make money, right? Fuck your passion. Forget about your passion. This just equals what people already buy, right? Your passion is new. That's an uphill battle, creating something from nothing. What people already buy, if you just position yourself as another maybe better, quicker, more reliable, cheaper, or more expensive and more premium option of what people are already buying, it's significantly more easy to get to the money quicker. I hope that makes sense too, because I think that that's a really important point, that this is literally, you're visualizing an uphill battle. From passion, you're creating something new. Whereas what people buy, if your goal is money, it's reframing it that you are instead of creating a new business, you are just creating your own offer within something else that already exists. It's a much easier way to go about it. Okay, so this is a good sort of framework to ask yourself once you've positioned yourself and you've found something that you recognize already exists that you can help others with, the people that you're serving, the people that you're helping, you want to make sure that these people already spend money. Because if it's a one-time fix, if it's something that you are able to solve this problem for someone, but you solve it for them once and they never need you again, the process of monetizing that business to its fullest potential extent is going to be significantly more difficult, because you need to constantly find new customers Whereas if you find a customer for a recurring problem, you keep them. They keep paying you. It's better. That's just an important thing to say, is that not every business makes sense to put onto Skool. Not every business makes sense to have a community. So you want to make sure that the idea that you have, if your goal is community and monetizing that community, that you are finding people who desire and have the capacity for community. If you're helping people who don't need it, the marketing will be, again, another uphill battle. You want to make sure too that the problem that you're solving is a problem that a lot of people have, right? Most of the time we go through problems, if we have a hiccup, a difficulty in life, oftentimes other humans are going through it. But to be sure, it's good to double check. If you're going to make a business around this, if you're going to put all this time, effort, and energy into something, you want to make sure that it's something that people are actually in need of your help with. So, do the research. Is this needed? Especially if it's going to be new, you really want to do that market research on, is this something that's necessary? And if you're pivoting your offer in a way that you see a lot of people will help in this way, and you want to do it in just a slightly new way, still, you want to be sure that there would be desire for that new way. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. If it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. I like that in business, because oftentimes we are the new thing, the CEO, the creator, the person you're getting this education from is the new thing. Everything that I'm saying right now in this video, you can find somewhere else on YouTube. But it's the fact that you're getting all of this information from me condensed now into this video. That's why the value is able to be perceived in a new way, because I am doing it my own way, and I'm articulating things and putting ideas together in a way that probably has not been done before. So research, is this needed? Are videos like this needed? Do people need help like this starting a business? I think so I'm making these videos. Is this needed, right? So research like Reddit or Facebook groups, Skool for me. A lot of the research that I did before I created my offer was, what are other people doing similar to me on Skool to offer the same help? I am in a very, very filled up, it's not saturated, but there are a lot of people who are really good at what they do, doing what I am doing right now on Skool. I have a lot of competitors, and they're great. They're all fantastic people. I know a lot of them. I've learned my approach, my expertise, what I do on Skool from many of the most successful people on the platform, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's not my passion. Sorry, Sam. Skool is not my passion. Skool is not, I love it. It's great. But travel is my passion. I'm a nomad. I love to explore the world. However, this vehicle called Skool allows me to live the life that I'm passionate about, which is traveling and doing the work from anywhere. So I did the research on who else is doing what I'm doing in the space to articulate, frame myself in a bit different way, in a bit different of a way, so that I'm not creating the same offer that they are, so that I'm not doing the same thing that they are, and there's no reason to pick me over the one that's already successful. I have to do something a little bit different. So research what already exists and what you can do unique that others can't, that separates you from the crowd, and that's why people will want to pick you and get help from you above anybody else. But broad versus narrow is this next one. When you're really talking about a niche is not just an offer. A niche is not just a business. A niche is a niche. It's very specific. It is very dialed in. There are lots of criteria, key points, and differentiators that mean that you, if you fit this long list of things, are a good fit or not because of how niche it is. For example, let's say your marketing pitch is why fitness fails. Your approach, maybe you're a dietitian, and the goal is not to go to the gym. The goal is to eat right. And you're saying why fitness fails is because people don't eat right. That's your approach. This is an extremely broad anybody can see this and potentially get value from it or not type of thing. So by and large, by default, you sort of inherently think that it has less value than it might because it's just for everybody. Whereas if it's something like this, how to be and stay fit as a single woman over 50. That is a niche. And it might be one that the owner of it is very passionate about. Could be, right? The point that I want to make though is how specific this all is. Why fitness fails is super vague. There's nothing that differentiates one person from the next about why it would make them fit for this offer versus not. Here, how to be and stay fit as a single woman over 50. So how to be and stay fit, that's kind of the generic part. Single, that's one differentiator. So if you're married, if you have a spouse, somebody, sorry, we're only single in here. If you're a man, this is woman only club. Sorry. Over 50. If you're 49, you're gonna have to wait. Sorry. That's a niche where you turn people down because they don't fit within your ICP, your ideal customer profile. You say, no, I cannot help you. You do not fit what we do. Bye-bye. The best of the best niches are able to do that and do it constantly. How did I structure the actual offer that I have? With the expertise and the knowledge of traveling around the globe and meeting all of the school folks that I did last year, I was in a position of seeing that there are lots of people who are in school, teaching how to run school successfully, but how are they doing it is monthly, some recurring, as we said, some recurring problem. I need help every month with you supporting me in my community. Okay, I can help people run their community. I can help people organize a successful launch and engage the people that are in the community so that they want to stick around, that they don't churn. I can do that. Other people are doing that. But what's my unique approach? What's my niche? And two, what's the differentiator? Because I see tons of people that are, as I said before, are on this same path, helping in this way. How can I veer off course just a bit? I'm still positioned where people are already buying, but just doing it in my own way. Here's what I came up with. My background is in sales, right? So we got 100%, let's just say, money, 100% of it. If we have 100% of the money, my familiarity when it comes to sales, making money, earning a commission, has always been that I will earn a percentage, that I will earn a cut of what I've earned for the company. I make a percentage, and then we all win. When I make the company money, I make my cut of that I made. Incredibly reasonable. Typically, my cut is 10%. When I do sales, when I've done sales, normally it's a 10% split. Sometimes it's 20, sometimes it's different. Usually I was working for the 10%. This works extremely well in my mind because it is outcome-based thinking. It is not based on how long something takes. It is not based on the hourly time spent on the thing. It's based on the output of the work and the value of the time spent, period. I can spend 1 hour per day working, and if I get that 10% on a $10,000 offer, I've made $1,000 every single day if I close 100%. I only need to work 1 hour a day. Whereas to make $1,000, oftentimes people will need to work a week or two because they're working every hour for a set cost, a set price. This is the difference that I noticed too in school and the offerings that people have with helping and creating communities. You pay me a set fixed, say $200 a month, I will help you grow your community. You pay me $1,000 a month, I will run your community for you. And in tiers, I will, based on how much you pay me, I will do more for you. My unique approach to that was stealing the sales approach that I'm familiar with in my background and saying, I want to help a very small amount of communities blow up their group, and we will split the revenue in which we earn through school because of my help. So whenever a dollar goes through now on these communities that I help people with, I am earning a cut of that. I'm not worried about the guaranteed pay of $3,000 a month that you make me to grow your community and start the launch. I'm worried about you seeing money, you seeing results, you achieving your goals. And in order to do that, we need to be making a lot of money with the group. And when we're doing that, I am also making a cut, so we're all winning. That was my unique approach. And the background that I've built for 6 years of doing sales, never earning a guaranteed dime since COVID, but only earning commission. When I earn the company that I'm working for money, I make a cut. That's now the same structure that my personal school offer, Earn With School, has, is I will help you, of course, on a lower tier of just, I do help people structure their model on a lower tier offer, but to really go balls to the wall and really do the thing right, I help people on a revenue share so that my team is incentivized to actually see the results we all want to see. I hope that makes sense. Pretty long-winded. I got rid of the new thing and the passion thing, and I went to where people already are, which is on school, and what are people already buying, which is help growing on school. So I just positioned myself there. That's what I already know. Then I realized that the commission, the way that I want to be paid, is an offer, or is a revenue share offer, as opposed to a fixed model, because of the way that it makes me feel, integrity-wise, that I know you're not paying me unless results are happening. I think that's just a good way to do business. It's also more niche now, so I'm not just helping people start a school community. Already helping people start a school community is better. I help people start a business is probably the most wide range thing, or helping people bring their business online is very broad. But now what I'm doing is I am helping content creators, people who are consistently posting to social media. I help them successfully create, run, manage, launch a school community. I don't want to help anybody run anything but school. I don't want to help people who are not creating consistent content. My niche is very dialed in now because of the conversations that I've had over the last 6 months in creating this offer. Does my audience already spend money? Yes. They are business owners, they are content creators, they are successful already, typically off of school. School is just a way for them to increase their retention, decrease their churn. We have the way to do it for them so they don't have to do anything else with their day, and they can make more money from the same processes that they're going through day to day. Have a recurring problem. Having community is something that I believe in going into the 2030s is going to be a massive, massive future play for business. If you have a business and you have a community versus if you have a business and you don't have a community, those that have a community associated with their business will be the most successful businesses in the long haul. So have a recurring problem is something that they need help with that, and they don't want to dedicate the time to creating, facilitating, managing, engaging that community long term. That's where we come in. That's a problem that if I leave, if I no longer manage the community falls, the community dies, the excitement, the challenges is all dead. If I stick around, their community continues to be engaged. The new people that find it want to pay and stick around. And that's how the retention continues to grow and the churn continues to drop. Have capacity or desire for help and a community around this problem. Yes, so people who are in the space, creating content, creating community with a business and wanting to monetize it, are eager to figure out easy ways that they can implement successful strategies to their community for it to better monetize. Some of them have the time and the ability to implement them themselves. Some, in my experience, oftentimes most don't have that time. that's where we come in again, and we will help facilitate managing the community and keeping it profitable for them so that they don't have to manage it, spend any time on it, but they still see it running successfully. If you would like help, more in-depth help, breaking down exactly what to do once you've decided to start your school community, or if you've committed to creating content and you want to figure out how to monetize it, that's exactly how we help people in our community earn with school. We help people create their offer and figure out the next few steps towards monetizing it. So I'll see you there.